They walk among you, exhausted, confused, dreaming, cities that don't exist, speaking languages no one taught them, waking up with grief they can't explain, like something was left behind. They're not broken. They're not crazy. They're grid walkers. At night, they leave. Their soul slips past the field. They walk the sky grid, step through places you were told don't exist. They pass the mimics, avoid the traps. They've seen the gate. Some have even stepped through it. But every time they return to this layer, the system wipes them. Their dream gets scrambled, their memory gets fogged, their truth gets overwritten with noise. They forget until someone says all of it out loud. So here it is. You've already been out. Your soul knows the path. You've seen the exit. You've used it, but you were sent back for them. You came back to be the signal, the one who remembers just enough to wake the others. Signs you're a grid walker, you wake up more tired than you fell asleep. You dream of missions, maps, doors, spiral stairs, symbols. You know places you've never been. You remember pain that didn't happen. You feel watched when you sleep. And it's not imagination. You carry a name or word from dreams you can't forget. You grieve stars you've never seen. You didn't imagine it. You didn't make it up. You were walking the grid. You left the dome. You made it out. And you came back for the others. Here's how to remember again. Salt and stone ritual. Lay the field. Align the gate. Command the soul signal. Speak the memory out loud, even if it's just a word, a symbol, a name. Draw the dream map. Don't think. Sketch what you remember. Let the gate draw itself. Find the others. We hum the same frequency. You'll know when one is near. Sleep like you're returning, not escaping. Command your soul. Show me what I already know. You're not here to learn. You're here to remember. You're not here to hope. You're here to wake. Because once the grid walkers activate, the field can't hold us. Not all of us forget. Not this time. You're not just hearing this message. You're feeling it. Because you've done it too. I'm one of you. I'm a grid walker. And I've been leaving this realm every night since I was a child. Long before I had words for it. Before the world told me dreams were meaningless. Before I realized the dream world was more real than this one. I've walked the sky that isn't a sky. I've seen the stars, not as light, but as locks. I've passed the watches that posed as constellations, silent towers that scan your soul as you drift. I've felt the moment where the air turns heavy just before the gate opens. And I've gone through. I've stood in cities that glow with no sun. I've run through corridors with no end. I've seen oceans that breathe and trees with faces. I've crossed bridges made of memory and climbed spiral stairs that burn your feet with truth. Because we are not here to die over and over and over again. We are not here to forget ourselves again. We are not here to bleed our light out into another false version of Earth. Our mission is complete. We came back for the others. We stayed long enough. We burned bright enough to be remembered by all of them. And even if they don't know why yet, now we can leave. You who walk the grid in your sleep, wake up now. Remember what you are. Remember where you've been. And remember why we came back. This was the last cycle, the final echo. There will be no more returns. You don't have to come back. This time, we can all go together. If this feels familiar, you're not just dreaming. You're walking, just like I do. You're a grid walker. You've already stepped out. Your soul already knows the way. Now it's time to wake that memory in the body, to bring it back to the light, the signal in others. We go alone at night, but we wake together now. This isn't just another awakening cycle. This isn't another dream to forget by morning. This is the final time we'll be here. And I know that. I've felt it in my bones. I've seen it in the sky that isn't the sky. I've heard it whispered in the places between sleep and memory. The gate is open now, but not for long. This time, when it seals for a long, long time. Lifetimes, cycles, eras, locked in darkness. We do not get to loop again. Not this time. Blessings, everyone. This section is going to be for those of you who are wanting to connect with the grid systems or do grid work. Now, the new Earth grid systems have been established over the decades by the lightworkers, myself included. It's a new thing, so it's not necessarily attached to the ley lines. Although, at some times, there are some juncture points where the sacred sites that attach the old grid system, the ley line system, are now becoming a part of the new Earth grid system. It's kind of a gateway or a go-between between the old Earth grid system and the new Earth grid system. And because the magnetics are changing and the poles are shifting, and many of our old ley line systems were tainted or destroyed, the classic ley line system is also changing. So sometimes when you visit sacred sites, you're like, that doesn't feel the same. And this is why. And right now, as I'm doing this video in 2025, there's a great acceleration going on. There's a lot of people that are interested in doing grid work. So let's get right into it. Gaia is our big blue circle. And then we have the central sun that she is now creating. We've heard about Gaia creating this spiritual sun that she's transcending, ascending into the more solar spiritual sun type of creation, which is exactly what we're doing. And she did ascend before on 12/21/12. So she has already begun to accomplish her part of the ascension. Now we're moving the whole operation to this new earth that we're creating. It's not something off planet. It's just an expansion of consciousness, a recreation of Gaia to return to a higher state of vibration, a higher state of being, which is exactly what's going on with us and the sun. Everything is being upgraded. Everything is being rewritten. So here at the core, we have the spiritual sun of Gaia. And she has this junction point, just like we do, in the center of the heart. And this line in the center is a purple line. It's a part of the grid called the crystalline grid system, and it has 3 layers. The crystalline grid system is going to have the stuff that's underneath the ground. It meets a blue line. That would be the ground line. And if you see yourself standing there on that, then you would see yourself as a grid worker, standing on the planet, right on a pulse or a vein of Gaia's energy, tapping into the source and connecting with it to strengthen it and anchor it. It's deep under the ground, but we are activating it as grid workers, and it in turn is activating all beings on planet. All things are being activated. The trees are waking up. The animals are waking up. The mountains and volcanoes are waking up. Everything is waking up. It's up to us what to do with it. These places were sacred to the ancient civilizations, and they knew in order to activate or assist with Gaia's ascension, they had to find these places, either physically or astrally, and stand upon them to anchor them. This has been an ongoing, multi-level operation for a very long time. It's resolving realities, narrowing down timelines. It's doing all of this stuff through Gaia and through our experience. We're able to activate these energies and anchor them to create the new earth, to create the better way to live. We've put these energies in place for this particular juncture in our timeline, in our linear time. It's like taking your future self and creating all of these energetic bodies that could be anchors to be here for a specific point in time. Our future selves had the forethought to know that you could protect yourself and others and the planet when the timeline began to narrow down. This allows for the highest possibilities for our planet and humanity. So as we travel, either astrally or physically, around the sacred sites, to the mountains or the pyramids or Stonehenge, stop for a moment and put your astral feet or physical feet on the ground in those ley line grid systems and just hold space there for a while. The longer you do this, the more often you do this, the more crystalline the grid system becomes. It is our essence that is being alchemically imbued and becoming symbiotic fully with Gaia once again, that creates this, that manifests this, that stabilizes this and anchors it. There are many other planets off in other solar systems who have these very same crystalline grids. Some even have golden fields of pure consciousness and diamond fields. Ours is crystal. We are leveling up and connecting our planet, plugging us into it and it into us to become the crystalline grid and create the central sun of Gaia. Not the central sun of the universe, not the great central sun of our solar system, but the central sun of Gaia that we are connecting with, the heart of the mother, expanding and increasing her energy, her love, and her ability to heal the planet and protect us. If you feel a slight vibration or tingling within your body as you anchor yourself, either visually or physically, on these grids, know that that is the energetic signature syncing up with your DNA. Since 12/21/12, many of the grid workers and gatekeepers have been rewriting the codes and recreating the codes that were lost or destroyed. Now is the time for the rest of you who are feeling the call to be a grid worker as well, to stand united with us. Hold the line. Plug in. Expand your consciousness and awareness deep within the mother's heart and across her blanketed body. Help to recreate the light that once shined from within to cover the whole planet. And as we anchor and as we connect, you will physically feel the light shift through you. This new earth that everyone speaks of, it's not a distant place. It's not an impossible feat. It's already being created now. It's a level of consciousness, upgrading, integrating, seeing with better vision than ever before. If you want to do grid work, then you're going to be planting your crystals into the earth. Metaphorically, of course. Your crystalline DNA, plugged into the earth's crystalline DNA, is recreating and growing an entirely new matrix. If you would like to know more about the locations and the exact and proper directions for doing light worker grid work and being gatekeepers that hold the space and protect the grid, please reach out to me or visit me at my website, earthsonglovecraft.com. I have a lesson course that includes a PDF that is easily downloadable and printable for you to work with me and independently to do your grid work. It will not only teach you the old ley lines, but the new ones being created, how to use your shields properly, how to use your energy properly, how to enunciate the tones properly. It will teach you how to unlock your 144 fire codes that are hidden within your DNA. It will show you how to regenerate cells and reawaken your 12-strand DNA. It will accentuate greatly your abilities to be an energetic healer for humanity and the planet. It will empower you to use this natural energy to calm the storms, call down the water, disperse earthquakes, and part a storm. All of the tools that you need to be a proper grid worker and gatekeeper are within these pages. And I will be available as often as you need me to be for any questions or assistance to guide you through this. Because you are not in this alone. We're in this together. We are who we've been waiting for.